Welcome back to the O Hockey Show, and today we're talking about game number 4, also known as the day the Hurricanes survived and broke the curse of the Eastern Conference Finals as they take down in a shutout the Florida Panthers, the defending Stanley Cup champions, the team everyone I think is thinking is going to go back-to-back Stanley Cups in 3 years in a row going into the finals. But the Canes survived and managed to maybe it's going to be Canes in 7. So let's talk all about it. But first, if you like this video and you want to stay up to date on all the best hockey content and all the best news and know everything better than everyone else, you should subscribe to this channel and comment that you didn't like this video, and I will love you forever. So do that. But let's talk about the actual game. So first up, Canes' first Eastern Conference Final win since June 1st. 2006. I bet a handful of people watching this video didn't exist when that last time happened. And that was the year they won, of course, their only Stanley Cup in league history. So the Canes doing something monumental for themselves in this game. And really, I think the main story to tell is that the Canes game came through. With Rod Brindamore's style of hockey and the Canes' amazingly expensive defense, it shut them down. Jacob Slavin, unreal tonight. Orlov had a big bounce-back game, looking great defensively in his own zone. Nikishin, Morrow looked very, very promising, especially for years to come, but both looking very good. Of course, Nikishin getting his first NHL point with the assist on Logan Stankoven's goal. So the rookies for the Hurricanes looking impressive. And just overall, just the game looked like the Canes game finally. It looked like they finally shone through their amazing shutdown defense with layers and layers and layers of game that the Panthers just really couldn't get any momentum going. And this is where the Canes get the name, or not the name, but the idea that they are a boring team to watch. They just make games slow. They slow down the other team. They make them not play their way of hockey, and they just don't get anything set up. And if they do, they've got a pretty decent goaltender in Freddie Anderson to clean up any kind of mess. That showed up tonight, and it helps when they have Slavin playing amazing defense, Freddie getting a shutout, and just everyone coming together and playing a great team game where like guys like Bennett and Kachuk and Barkov and Verhaeghe just can't show up and do anything special for them, and it just becomes a game that kind of everyone's going to forget because it was a boring game, but it comes through big with Stanky getting the only goal that mattered, getting the game winner in Logan Stankoven. He's been a menace these last few games, so good enough for him. But for Florida, they looked weak, I gotta say. This was kind of a scary game to watch as a semi-Florida fan, because going forward, it's like, okay, if they did finally succumb to their the Kane style of play, what happens in the future, right? If their like normal way of like not being taken down by any team, just always demolishing them, they looked very weak in this game, which makes me feel like between the Toronto series where it went to game 7 and in this game where they're like kind of held pretty even, like what happens if game number 5 the Canes win again, right? Then everyone's like, oh my god, the Panthers, and look at what happened last year too. They made it to the finals, and they let a 3-0 comeback by the Oilers to make it to a game 7. Of course, they closed the door in game 7. But man, the Panthers in these close games, they look so good, and then they kind of just fizzle away against other teams. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know if it's, of all teams that do this, I'm just shocked that it could be the Panthers, right? But to me, it's just they obviously have a 3-1 series lead. They look strong as hell. They've got amazing players. Everyone is fantastic on this team. I don't think this game's going to go anywhere. I don't think this series is going to go in the favor of the Canes. If they do, it'll be probably one of the most historic reverse sweep we've ever seen. And if they do, I think the Canes win the Stanley Cup. But is that going to happen? Probably not. But it does make me think that the Canes do have hope, and they're going back to Raleighwood, where they have the best record of any home team in the NHL. And to me, it would not surprise me at all if they can make this Game 5 theirs again. And because at some point, they got to have a big goal-scoring series, right? If they've made it to Game 5, someone is going to finally go I'm done with being behind in this series. I'm going to score a couple goals. Or just Bobrovsky to give up a couple weak ones. He hasn't done that yet in this series. And for the momentum to be on the Hurricanes side to start Game 5 and those little tiny seeds of doubt, and especially what happened last year in the finals, maybe Hurricanes take game number 3. I mean, take game number 5. They make it a 3-2 series, and then all they got to do is win one more game to make it sudden death. It would be insanity to watch that happen, but it's not. It's unlikely, but it's possible. But to me, it's not going to go anywhere. The Florida Panthers, they're so good. They're gonna find in one of these next 4 games one win, even if it is next game, and easily go on to the next finals. But then it scares me because this was kind of an easy series for the Panthers. What happens when they have an easy series and the Oilers have looked unstoppable, or the Dallas Stars overcome the Oilers and they're all heated up and they face off against kind of a slow and rusty Panthers? I don't know. Kind of don't like this series for the Panthers at all, especially since they dropped this game number 4 and don't end this one quick. So I wonder what's going to happen going forward, and I don't think anything's really in doubt. Florida will probably still take it, but still. Canes, though, they deserve a lot of praise, I think. Stinky coming in big. Of course, Nikishin getting his first point. And the Canes, their game won. Their game beat the Panthers, and who knows? They're one of the most consistently them playing teams. Maybe it happens again. Maybe Broad keeps Nikishin in the lineup and Stinky stays on fire. He's been I think the Canes' best player, like offensively, the last 3 games. I think he's looked phenomenal. It's just he hasn't broken through, and that comes with being a rookie and not like always having those experiences in those little kind of areas. Because he had that one great chance really in close that he could have buried 2 against Bob, but he didn't. But I don't know. If they can keep staying hot, Slavin, of course, is consistently the best defensive defenseman in the world. To me, I don't know. Maybe the Canes do it, but we'll have to wait and see. So if you like this video, please subscribe, and until next time, too sweet, have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.